ANSI ratings can be scary, especially when it's your eyes that are being put at risk if you get it wrong. We want to help take the guesswork out of it all and explain the ratings you will commonly see on safety protection for eyewear and what level you will need at minimum for airsoft. We'll also be explaining some of the bonus protections and labels so you know exactly what your pair of eye pro is capable of. At the end, we'll be discussing some changes to our channel for our return viewers, so if you're a regular here, then make sure you check that out. Starting with the all-important impact rating, a common misconception is that glasses rated Z87 are sufficient for use in airsoft. I wouldn't follow this advice. While they are able to survive some impacts, the rating you really want for your glasses is Z87+, as this plus indicates that they've been tested with higher velocity impacts as well as puncture testing. This is generally considered to be the minimum standard when it comes to sports like airsoft, as it protects us not only from the guns, but the terrain around us, like those branches we run into all the time. Safety is not something worth skimping out on, so if you haven't already, then I'd be digging out your selection of eye pro and checking to make sure it's right for the job. Now, impacts aren't the only thing that eyewear saves us from. In fact, there are a multitude of ratings for eye protection that indicate exactly what they are designed to do. For example, if you're often playing airsoft outdoors, then you're likely aware of the dangers of exposing our eyes to too much UV radiation. If you see the letter U followed by a number, that is an indication of how much ultraviolet light is being filtered out on a scale from 2 to 6, with 6 being the maximum. That means these goggles are well suited for UV protection and should keep our eyes safe on those extra sunny days on the field. But we also see this L here at the end, and this is an indication of how much visible light is being filtered out. The scale for L goes from 1.3 up to 10. So these are the lowest possible on the scale. That can be great for low light areas as it allows us to visually take in more information, but it doesn't really do anything for us when we're exposed in the full sun. Another rating you may see on glasses is an R, which is the marking for infrared filtering. On a scale from 2 to 6, this tells us how much is being filtered out, and while it's not super applicable to airsoft, if you're planning on going against a team that likes to use infrared systems, then this might be something to consider. On a similar note, if you have a W on the safety glasses that you use for airsoft, then be sure to link a video of your gameplay in the comments, because I would love to know how you're playing while wearing glasses rated for welding. Anyone up for the challenge? Please? Moving on though, one marking that is super important to airsofters is the X indication, which tells us that the eyewear has some level of anti-fog capabilities. Now, any experienced airsofter will know that fog is a serious killer, and doing whatever you can to get ahead of it is always a worthwhile investment. If you do invest in a system to promote ventilation in your goggles or mask, then just make sure it doesn't compromise the protection of the facewear. I have to admit that all of what we've just discussed is practically useless if we don't consider just a few more elements of better eye protection. Even if Halloween is just around the corner, I don't want any of you becoming part of some safety-related horror story because you didn't hear this part. Eye pro is only as good as the area that it physically protects. Glasses with arms that stand off from the face offer multiple areas for the BBs to slip through and completely miss the lenses. This is not a risk that anyone should take, with vision being such a fundamentally important part of how we take in information within our worlds. Ideally, you should be going for a set of full seal goggles that eliminate all of the gaps between the lens and your face, and obviously something with the Z87+ rating that we mentioned before. It's also important to consider that safety glasses with arms aren't as secure. Because of the design, they can slip during gameplay and require needing to be reseated. A set of airsoft goggles or a face mask eliminates this problem by using straps to hold the eye pro firmly in place. This allows us to focus on what we really want to as players, dominating the field. We want to help you do just that, and to make sure that we can continue to do so in the future, we'd like to propose a change here at Airsoft University. As we move into Halloween, shortly followed by Christmas and New Year's, we'd like to break out of our planned schedule of uploading once per week. This is for a few reasons, but primarily I'd like to allow myself more time to create higher quality videos. I have some great ideas for seasonal content coming up, but I'd hate to be distracted from the projects because of an arbitrary timeline that I imposed on myself. That's on me, and I just want to do better for you. So what's the proposal? Well, you can expect to see weekly videos until the end of the month, but through November and December, I'd like to remove the specific timeline of posting once a week in favor of a more content-oriented approach. I'd like to put out at minimum 2 high-quality videos per month, working on them as I can while giving them the attention that they deserve. If it lines up with our regular posting schedule, it will be available then, but otherwise, when a video is ready, it will be uploaded. We hope this approach works with you, and if you have any concerns, then please do comment below and we'll be happy to address them. To get the most up-to-date information on Airsoft University, then be sure to join our Discord group for teasers on upcoming videos and much more. Thank you so much for watching. Class is dismissed.